Hello,
Where
everyone.
are you?
Hello.
Where are you, Scott? Are
Stop
you
it.
are you
Stop
near
it.
here?
Stop it. We're starting the show. We'll get to me. This
Yeah.
is all about you. Let me introduce you.
Okay.
I have a
Okay.
fantastic comedian, actor, filmmaker, you name it. She's been in all kinds of TV shows, movies, Broadway shows. Alix Elias is here. Did I say it
Wait.
right?
That's right.
I,
Yeah,
I
thank
know
you.
that was the best introduction I could do. I think I missed a couple things, but
Oh,
there's so
that's
much to cover.
yeah.
Let's start. You're in New York, is that correct?
Yes, I'm in Manhattan.
Okay. Were you born and raised in that area?
No, I actually grew up in Washington, D.C.,
Okay.
and I started acting there as a teenager at a theater called the Washington Theater Club, which is no longer there, but
Well, that's
was
what I was
very
going to
active for a
ask you.
number of years.
When did you know? Like for me, I went to my first show at 12 years old, and I knew I was going to be in the music business. When did you
Oh,
know that you
okay.
were going to start acting?
Well, I always wanted to do it. I just thought, something that good wouldn't ever happen somehow, but
Okay.
it did. So, I mean, there's nothing uh secret about it. I started in an acting class at the theater just as it was starting.
So this
They
was
were
in
building
Wash.
it
Was
out.
this in? Were you in
This was in
Washington?
DC.
Okay, in
It was
D.C.
in DC. It was sort of near DuPont Circle.
I used to work.
And
I used to work just outside. I used to work just outside of D.C. I lived in.
oh, okay.
I lived in Maryland.
Where? Oh,
No,
in
no, this is
Maryland?
about me. This is all about you. We don't talk
Okay.
about me.
Um,
I'm in a
okay.
witness. I'm in a witness protection program.
Oh, okay. So I started in they had something called teenage theater, and
Okay.
I started working in it, and then I they did their first season of professional stock, and
Okay.
I was in two of the four plays, and I met
Okay.
actors from New York,
All right.
and I thought, I'm at least that good, and
Okay.
you have when you're from the not from New York, you think of New York actors as, being very
Right.
special and rarefied, and they were just people. So I went to New York and was by mistake, I was accepted into a 2-year acting school called the Neighborhood Playhouse.
Okay.
And I've kind of sort of been based in Manhattan ever since. For a period of time, I was kind of almost commuting between New York and LA. I did a bunch of television shows,
Yeah.
and it was worth it.
Why don't you help me out here? Because I mean, I have here just a few to mention: John Ritter's Hooper Man, Married with Children,
Yeah.
Conviction, hundreds of commercials, on and off Broadway plays. Oh, Dad, Poor
Yeah.
Dad, Hello, Dolly, The Last Analysis. You've done movies, Rock and Roll High School, Singles Retreat. You did the Good Timing with
Yeah.
on Peacock with my buddy Elaine, who set this up. So why
Right.
don't
Elaine.
you and Ziggy's in that as well.
Ziggy?
Ziggy's
Sure, yeah.
and you
Mhm.
just did a show yesterday with Bruce Lipsky and my friend Elaine. So
Yes.
why don't because we're going to get to comedy, but I want if you can help me out. Where did your break come, or were you in New York or L.A.?
Well, I, it was just kind of a smooth process. I went from acting school, I got a second season of summer stock, and then when I graduated, I went and saw this play, Oh Dad, Poor Dad, Mama's Hung You in the Closet, and I'm Feeling So Sad, which at that point was off Broadway.
Right.
And I, at that point, was doing children's theater. I was playing the cow and Jack and the Beanstalk and the Sleeping Beauty and all these plays. And one of the boys in the cast had an agent, and I went to see this play, and I just had a feel for that part, the
Okay.
ingenue. Uh, and I contacted this agent because my friend set it up and said, could you get me an audition for this? Because I had heard Barbara Harris was playing it and I heard that she was leaving.
Right.
And So he got me an audition and I got it.
Okay.
So it was kind of one thing kind of led to another. And I
Okay.
was in that for, well, there was a whole drama about that because the author, who's now deceased, so I guess I can talk about this, he wanted to direct the play himself.
Okay.
Jerry Robbins had directed a brilliant version of it. But the author thought that Jerry Robbins had gotten it wrong, that it didn't occur to him that that was why the play was successful.
Doing so well.
So when and also Joe Van Fleet left, and all the original cast was all leaving after about a year of playing off Broadway, which is, means a very successful run. And so he thought he'd direct it. And of course, it was a disaster.
Okay.
They didn't fire me. They just kept me in reserve, so to speak. And
Okay.
Hermione Gingold was coming into it, and Sam Waterston was replacing Austin Pendleton. And so basically they redid it. They gave
Right.
me the job, and we were leaving to go on tour with it for 10 weeks. We toured across the country, ended up in LA, where I was encouraged to stay, and I didn't do it, which was probably a big mistake. I came back to New York. We later did the play on Broadway, and we also did it in London.
Okay.
And so that got me started on a kind of a
Okay.
solid
Well,
basis.
we got to go on to how did we get to when did the Hooper Man or Married with Children, when did that
Well,
come?
I got on the wrong side of the New York Shakespeare. Joe Papp didn't like me. I'd done a couple plays there, including the hit musical Two Gentlemen of Verona. But at that point, he kind of controlled, he had the public theater, he had, you know,
So
uh,
you were doing
hits on
plays,
Broadway. I was
you were
doing
doing
plays.
plays, and then finally said, "Heck,
Well,
I'm
I've always done television. I started out, doing plays, but casting directors saw me in plays and started casting me in commercials. So
okay,
right from the beginning, I did commercials. I did what live television or
okay,
recorded television was doing in
right,
New York. But the great bulk of it was, which still is true, is in LA. So
okay,
when I figured that, with Joe Papp hating me, that I wasn't going to get anywhere in New York. So I went to LA
okay,
and I started doing television. And I'd go out there for 3 to 6 months.
okay,
And I had an agent. I've always had an agent. I've been really lucky that way. And I would always get enough work on episodic television, sitcoms usually, to
right,
pay for the trip. And
okay.
then one of those times I got cast on Married with Children,
Yeah, that's
which
cool.
I think is kind of a unrecognized small masterpiece
I
in its
loved
way.
that show. I loved it. I loved it.
My agents thought that it was a real come down and they didn't want me to do it.
Huh.
So
That was a
anyway,
great
but I
show.
did it anyway.
Good for
And
you. Good for you.
yeah, and so I had a small recurring role on it. I played one of the wives' girlfriends and we would get
And
together and
then did the movies come next? In other words, because like
well, I had always done and the oddball movie here and
okay,
there. The I've done several that turned out to be cult
yeah,
hits.
Rock and Roll High School is pretty cool.
Rock and Roll High School
That's really cool.
with the Ramones.
Singles Retreat was a good movie, and so is the other one that Elaine's in.
Oh, that was Singles Retreat, yeah. And
No,
then
what the good timing with Joe
Good
Firestone.
Timing was a stand up. But we
Yeah,
start
that was with Elaine and Ziggy. Good
yes,
timing was right.
yes. And
Singles
then
Retreat was a movie that I saw that movie.
yeah, Singles Retreat, Ziggy got COVID. So he was going to be in it, but then he couldn't do
Okay,
it. And then I did it. I had a featured part in that with my now deceased husband. And we had gotten into this group that Joe Firestone
right.
had was teaching at a senior center. I
Senior
mean,
Center,
it's
right.
And she was teaching a comedy class, and it was like right at the beginning of the pandemic, and I thought it was about writing comedy. And since I also write, I thought, oh, that'll be handy. It turned out to be sort of her version of, which is very individual, of stand-up comedy.
Yeah.
So because of that, I then did Good Timing that she arranged, she put that together.
And that's I
And
think that's on Peacock, right?
and that went on the Peacock channel.
Right,
So
right.
go
Yeah.
figure,
Yeah.
a class in a senior center ending
That's
up on
cool.
national TV.
Well,
And we
good.
were
Let's
even up for a Critics' Choice Award.
When did you start doing comedy and what was the catalyst? Was that show that
Well, no, what happened was that a long time ago when I was going out to LA doing sitcoms, in those years, they were casting comics in sitcoms.
right.
So I took a class from Judy Carter because
Yeah.
I was interested in getting on a sitcom. And she's kind of the granddaddy of
Yeah.
stand-up comedy
She just put out a
classes,
new
and
book.
she
She
writes
just put
books.
out a new book.
New book. And she taught me the basics, and I was performing all over LA. And then when I got to New York, I did the same thing. I took a class and then started performing in the New York area. And then I got a sitcom. I got Hooperman with
Okay,
John
with John
Ritter.
Ritter. Yeah.
And I immediately dropped the comedy because
Okay.
I'm basically an actress.
Yeah.
And uh and then I didn't do it again until all these years later when Joe was having this indescribable class, and she said she wanted us all to get up and do some minutes. So I sort of wrote some stuff for my husband and myself, and we did that, and that
Right.
went really well. And I've been doing stand up, ever since on a modest level. Um, I'm,
I mean,
I don't know really where I was going
how
with
many
this.
years now have you been doing it? Not
I've
too
been
bad.
doing stand up for like maybe about 2 years,
Two
I
years. Okay.
guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Um,
No, I just wondered. Um,
yeah.
do you
But some
enjoy?
of it is left over from these many years ago,
Right. Yeah.
30 years ago, I did stand up. And it was so different then. It wasn't like, I mean, you just went sort of from mostly they were bars, like bar to bar to bar. And
Right.
you'd get up and you'd do a joke or two, and or you could sing. It didn't have to be jokes. And nobody got paid anything that I know about, although we did a couple of gigs out of town. I had this girlfriend, I went to a class, and there was a lawyer, and she recognized me. So I started going to stand up with her, and we would find them, they would be listed in the paper, in the sort of the handout papers they would give you for the Village
Right.
Voice or whatever. There would be a thing of where these were happening, and we would go. We didn't have to have any bringers or anything like that. We
Right.
also weren't paid. It also was very short. And then when we got these gigs out of town, I had a car at the time, and we went to Nyack and we went to Woodstock one
Yeah.
time, and we did get paid for those. Um, and then I got this job. Every time I get an acting job, then I kind of stop
Switch
doing
it.
stand up.
No, I understand. Do you, I'm not sure which way I want to go. Were there actors or comedians that inspired you when you were young, and comedians and actors that you like today?
Well, I I like English acting, even though I'm sort of more into method, which is an American style of
Okay.
acting. Um, I mean, I like Broadchurch was really wonderful with some fabulous actors in it. Did you see that?
Uh,
I'd recommend it if you. It's a series. It's an English series. It's just brilliant about a
that's okay.
murder of a kid.
Comedians and actors that you like today, then, or other
Well,
people.
I'm trying to think. I like Rita Rudner. I met her
Okay.
back
Yeah.
in the
Yeah.
day.
She's
We were
great. I love
in
Rita
we were
Rudner.
Yeah, we were both at the improv. Now I had been in an improv group called oh God, I can't even think of the name of it now. War Babies. I was in War Babies,
Yeah,
and what's his name that ran the improv in New York? He liked us because we were an improv company,
right.
and it's called the Improv.
Yeah,
So we would work there occasionally, and then I would also then he moved and opened one in California, and I think his wife ran the one in New York, and so I could go to the there and maybe get on for a few minutes, and that's where I met Rita. Way
okay.
back, she wasn't well known, but I
Right.
really liked her humor.
Oh, I like her. I like
Um,
her a lot.
I mean, Richard Pryor is just
Yeah,
classic. Good Richard Pryor is just
yeah.
unbelievable. I'm trying to think of,
That's okay.
I don't, you know,
It's
I don't
okay.
really watch stand-up
No, I
comedy
don't either. I don't.
myself.
Do you enjoy acting more or doing the stand up more?
Well, it kind of depends very much on the job. I mean, there are certain acting jobs that are just fabulous and it pays great and um, you have more range, so to speak. Now, I mean, at this point, I'm just doing, maybe up to 10 minutes, maybe 15. So I don't have like an hour's worth of material. But I would imagine that if you were out doing an hour's worth of material of just you, that it might be as satisfying as doing a good part in a play or a film.
Okay.
But
So
I
the answer
think,
there would be acting. So the answer there would probably be acting.
well, from what I know now, I would say acting.
Okay.
Now the thing about stand up is that at least I am writing all my own material. And I've also written a couple of plays and a couple of
I watched
indie
some of you.
films as well. But,
I watched some of your stand up.
oh, you did?
Oh yeah, you got
Oh, you did? Oh, good.
underwear on your head.
Oh,
You go
yeah.
crazy. Got a
Yeah,
flashlight.
right. Well,
You got a
there's
spotlight.
some, yeah, yeah.
Great stuff.
Um, oh, good. Well, I'm glad you like it.
Someone told me that you knew Cher when she was like 19.
I was her roommate.
Are
I was
you
Cher's
serious?
roommate. Well, I was
Wow.
touring with Oh Dad, Poor Dad, and they put me up in California at the Hollywood Studio Club or something it was called. And it was where you could get a room if you were a young actress and it was respectable and cheap but you had to have a roommate. So I was there doing the show and I mean, oh dad, and I had to share
Share a
with
room with
Cher,
Cher.
and Cher was a teenager, and
Wow.
I was maybe a couple years older, and her parent, she was dating an older guy that her parents didn't approve of, and that older guy was Sonny,
I
and
wondered. I wondered.
yeah.
Wow.
So they compromised, and they said that if she wanted to because they were having difficulty and family difficulties, that she could move to the Hollywood Studio Club because, as I say, it was respectable. And so we share. Now, I have not seen Cher since, but bless her heart, she's done great.
I tell you
And I
what,
love her music.
I'm gonna
And
try when this airs.
I have to admit, I didn't like
We're gonna try and
Sonny.
get in touch with her.
I
We
didn't
put
like
this on
Sonny
the air.
either, but
We're gonna try
he
and get
was
in
very
touch with her. We put
bossy.
this on the air.
Oh, okay, great.
You recently won a Best Actress award for Springtime Forever.
Oh, yes, I did. That was an indie film that I made, and I forget, I think it was in Scotland or something, one of those international film festivals. Once you make these things, it's kind of totally out of your hands. And if you hear what has happened to it, you're lucky. Somehow I heard that they didn't even tell me that I had won this award for this film. I played a lead in it, and they were hoping maybe to make a series out of it,
Yeah.
but it didn't get picked up, which
Okay.
is, I think it was kind of naive of them to think that. But I mean, knowing what goes into making a TV
I
series, it's tricky. There's a lot of money involved. And now the whole industry is just going through these huge changes and nobody knows where it's going.
right.
And so they don't know where to put the money, you know?
Well,
They
and
don't know what to invest in. That's why they redo a lot of successful English television,
yeah,
because it's already proved itself to be
right.
popular. That's All in the Family was in English.
Yeah.
Now,
Oh Jesus, oh
do you know
Jesus,
that
oh
story?
Jesus, Jesus, they read it their stifle. Back when I was a boy,
I
everybody was
was
American.
I was
Little Archie
originally
Bunker for you.
cast I was originally cast in that as the girl. But what happened was they were going to shoot it in New York.
What,
And
Sally
at the last,
Struthers? You were gonna.
yes,
Oh, okay.
they decided at the last minute that they would move. They weren't going to shoot it in New York. They'd shoot it in LA. And in order to do that, they had to take their two stars and pay for them to move to California, which was hugely expensive. And this is before it had shot. So they didn't know whether it was going to be successful or not. So they decided that they would shoot the younger couple in LA as a cost cutting. And Jimmy Woods and I were going to play the young couple if they when
Okay.
but nothing was on paper. So I said this I have a YouTube channel. Please
Yeah, no,
watch
I'm
it.
gonna mention that. As a matter of fact, if you want to do it, we'll do it.
Okay. Because
The
that's one
Alex.
of the things I cover
Okay, yeah, you
this
Carl
this
Reiner. I was going to
story.
mention it, and we'll do it now. Alex
All right.
Elias YouTube channel, and you have a
The
podcast. You have a podcast on there, where you like episode 18, one of the latest ones. You talk about Carl Reiner. You talk about different.
Yes,
It's really cool.
on Rob Reiner, yeah. So we've got to my unfortunately my techie guy just got deported, so I'm late getting a new one out.
Okay, no,
But
but let me ask you this too, because this is more my
yeah,
speed. I mean, and by the way, you asked. I'm in York, Pennsylvania, and I'm 63 years old. Um,
in New York, I know where
web
that is.
web series bad for you. Do you still do that?
No, the Bad for You was a
It's on your
trio.
website, and I said
It's
that's my cup of tea. Bad for me. I know everything about what's bad for you.
well, this was a trio of singers. My husband was a terrific singer,
Okay.
and and I'm sort of, like modest. But and then we have a musician friend, and the three of us did a trio called Bad for You, featuring all kinds of songs that are bad for you about
Oh, there were
drinking and
songs. Okay.
smoking and high cholesterol food and
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
illicit sex, all these great songs. And I've got that's also on and it's called the Alix Elias channel on YouTube. And there's one about that and what happened to
I'm
that.
gonna
And
put the link.
unfortunately,
I'm gonna put the links to your Facebook, your
oh, okay,
Instagram,
great.
YouTube when this airs, so people can
Oh,
go to your
cool.
YouTube channel.
Great.
Yeah.
Um, so what happened with that was that we got booked for New Year's Eve at a famous restaurant in Manhattan called the Cornelia Street Cafe. And they were fighting with their landlords, and the next day they closed forever. That was it. They were there for 40 years. They were a fixture in the Greenwich Village. So that was the end. And then my husband unfortunately
I'm
died.
sorry. Yeah.
And thank you. And so we just dropped that,
Okay.
and I ended up going into, I mean, I may get back to singing again. I don't know.
Okay.
Um, it,
Well, but I know
and
I know your YouTube channel. I mean, that's pretty current with as far as now you said your
yes,
guy left, but like the Carl Reiner, because that Rob Reiner just
yes.
got shot, and you put that up.
Oh my God, was that horrible? Ugh.
Yeah, absolutely. There was another couple that I was really intrigued. I didn't have a lot of time today because we just met, but to
Yeah,
look and watch and see some of the like the All in the Family story. That's great.
I know. I've
Well,
had a couple of near misses, I'll tell you.
Archie Bunker with Carol O'Connor and
Gene Stapleton.
Gene Stapleton come from my area. She came from Pennsylvania. She did theater in
That's
my
right.
area.
She had a
Yeah.
theater for many years.
Yeah.
I've heard of it. I've never been there, but I know where it is.
I know
I
a
know
little
about
bit.
it.
I got a little bit up here in the Cabeza, not too much. Um, Let me ask you this, and then we're going to get on to your comedy minute. Um,
Okay.
are you having fun, by the way? Am I doing okay?
Sure.
Okay, good, good. out of all of the memories, okay, because you've been doing it a long time,
Yep.
and I'm talking about acting, comedy, all of it,
Acting, right.
everything you've done. Do you have a favorite memory? And then, because I'm an idiot, a least favorite memory where things didn't go so good.
Well, I think it was like a major thrill when I got that job in Oh Dad, Poor Dad, my first big job. And then I would say my worst memory was getting replaced. But then my best memory, so both the
Getting
worst
replaced.
memory and
Let
the
me let
best
me just
memory are
add.
with the
Hold on, hold
same
on.
show.
Getting replaced. Oh, getting replaced on that show.
Right. I mean, they didn't out and out fire me, but they might as well have, you know. I
Okay.
mean, it was such a humiliation. But then they rehired me. So that has to be a fabulous memory. They realized they were wrong. Oh,
Okay.
I was
Uh,
born to play that role,
do you have any
but
other ones? Do you have any other ones you can bestow upon
oh
me?
gosh, I don't
I
know.
love that you were sharing a room with Cher. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, that was a kick.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, I'm so glad she did well. So I really liked her. Um, Gosh. Well, listen, I just did a new film with
Okay.
Cameron Diaz called Bad Day. It's a Netflix film, and it's going to be coming out, I think, this summer or this fall.
Okay.
And uh, and she plays a housewife who's having a really bad day.
Okay.
And and I play the mother of her love interest. I mean, this is a spoiler, but we find out during the movie that she's a widow. And so she's got this guy she's got her eye on who's also got a child in the same school or something, and they run into each other. And I play his mother, who doesn't really approve of Cameron.
That's
So
so
anyway,
cool.
that's called Bad Day. So
Okay.
that was fun, I must say, doing that. Although we were shooting a lot of it, we were shooting in the freezing cold rain on a soccer field in Randall Island, which was extremely unpleasant. But I hope it looks good. Because that's all they care about in film. They don't care whether you're comfortable.
Yeah.
They
Right.
just care whether it looks good. Um, so that's about it. I think
Black.
really bad.
What was it? Jackrabbit? Did that come out? Didn't?
Oh, Jackrabbit hasn't come out. No, I really like that. That's an indie. And that I got the whole script. I read, I thought it was terrific.
Yeah.
It's funny, it's creative, but it's an indie. And so they're still in post-production as far as I know.
Yeah.
And the guy who wrote it and directed it, very talented guy, Ballard something. He worked for Stephen Colbert.
Okay.
And so I wondered if Colbert was
Yeah.
financing it or maybe their funding fell through or something.
Okay.
As I say, the actors, you seldom know these things. I mean, they don't tell us anything.
Yeah. Yeah. That's
Because
interesting.
why should they, really? I mean, they got enough to worry about. Um,
Once it's done, it's done.
right. Except that you can do a lot with a film in the editing.
Oh
You
yeah,
know,
yeah, yeah,
I mean, they could sometimes they even go back and reshoot stuff or add
yeah,
a
yeah,
character or whatever. So I don't know. I mean, now that you've mentioned it, I should call the one person I know in the production office to find out if
if they're
what's happening
recommending.
with that. But I certainly liked it and would
Yeah.
recommend it if it ever opens.
Okay. Well, again, well,
Jackrabbit.
maybe between now and then it'll come out. So it'll be a couple weeks.
Yeah, who knows? That's true. When is this coming out?
Well, it depends on how you act. I'm not sure yet.
Okay. All
No,
right.
you're doing pretty good.
Oh, good. Well, that's
If you're
good.
having a good time, I'm having a good time.
Oh, good.
Okay, let's do one more thing here. I
Okay.
want to make sure that we thank Helene Witt
Yes.
because Helene got us together.
Yes, she did.
And Helene's a big Beatles fan, and I sent her some Beatles stuff
Oh,
because
great.
I worked in the music business.
Oh,
And when
yes,
you were
right.
talking about they could fix it in editing, and like we did remixes and try to breathe some life into a record, I
Right.
but I want to thank Helene. How did you meet Helene?
Well, I meet Helene in this class, the Joe
Okay,
Firestone, the
that's how
senior
you met her.
comedy
Okay, yeah,
class. And yeah, which
She wanted
is
wanted to.
still going on.
I said to her about that I was interviewing you, and she said that you are killing it doing stand-up comedy.
Well, I have been getting a good response from
Yeah,
the audiences, so
good.
that keeps me doing it.
Does
God
that?
knows there's no money in it, at least not on
Yeah,
this
no, I
level.
know, I know. But I think it will help you, like you said, as far as even when you get your next acting gig. I think it all kind of plays into one another.
Kind of. You're really coming from a different place with comedy than in
Okay.
acting, but it's performing,
Yeah,
you
that's what my
know.
my take is that you're up and you're
So
performing
so performing
rather than sitting on the couch watching TV.
or waiting for somebody to give you. That's the one good thing about stand up is you can just go out and do it
Go
yourself. You
do
don't
it.
have to wait for somebody's permission, like you do in acting.
Yeah.
Um,
Well,
but
we're gonna say I'm first off, thanks Elaine. Thank you, Alex. I had a wonderful time. I
oh,
think
great.
I could talk to you for an hour, believe it or not. I could talk to you forever.
Well,
But
thank you.
hopefully you can do something for me. You know what's on the wall here, and I'll do a formal introduction and you can do whatever you want.
Okay.
Alix Elias. Did I say it right? Alix Elias?
Yes, you did.
Alix Elias, it's your comedy minute. Go ahead, my friend.
Okay. Well, let me just get this.
Oh
I'm
no.
Alex.
Oh no. Oh no.
I'm Alex, and I'm an actress, and I'm a little plump.
Oh no.
Ho, ho, ho.
Oh
If
my
you
God.
ask me to describe my figure, I wouldn't call myself an apple or a pear. I'd say think more like a soft-boiled egg with breasts. Oh, I have an impression for you.
Okay.
This is my impression of scrambled eggs. Thank you. And I'm new to stand up. I'm basically an actress, but I got the basics. I got a microphone. Oops.
Okay.
Uh, I got a spotlight,
Right.
and I can talk dirty. Caca doo doo pee pee blow job. Okay, that's it for me. Thank you.
What do
Have
you
a great day.
that was fantastic. Caca doo doo
Oh, good.
caca doo doo pee pee and then blowjob came riding in there.
Right.
I
All
didn't think
righty.
blowjob would come in there. You surprised me.
Oh, I got talked into that. Ugh,
Yeah, that was funny.
so
That
good.
was great stuff.
Okay, I
I
have
hope
to
I hope you had a
go.
good time. Thank
I
you.
did.
Hold
Thank
on
you so much. And
hold on
thanks
one
to
second.
Elaine as well.